Hey there, it's Joy Foster, founder of TechPixies and the host of the Sparkle and Thrive podcast. I am so excited that you are back for key number 2 of dream building. Now, there's more than 3 keys, but I'm only covering 3 on the podcast. We have an amazing program called the Dream Builder Program, which goes through all of the steps to creating your dream. But these 3 are the essential starting point to creating a vision that then you move forwards towards as a dream. The very first session that I did, which has already released on the podcast and also on our social media channels, was all about the question, what would you love? And it's really important to ask yourself that question. First, we looked at the longing and discontent that we had in our life in our 4 major areas: health and wellness, love and relationships, vocation, and time and money freedom. And once we looked at our longing and discontent in those areas, I asked you to think, what would I love in these areas? Take away all limitations and just say to yourself, what would I love in these areas of my life? And that's where we got to. And I said to you, if you came back for the second session, I would teach you another key. So there's 3 keys that we're going through on this podcast series. And this key is really about something that is fundamental to moving towards your dream. Really, really fundamental. So Bob Proctor, who is an amazing person and has built an incredibly successful business, he was a fireman who wanted a bigger life, and when he told all the other firemen in his unit that he wanted to be really wealthy and have a really big business, they all laughed at him. And it wasn't long after that he actually started on that path and went from earning $4,000 a year to having a really, really big business, and now multi-hundreds of millions of dollars, helping people become successful, even though everyone around them might be laughing at them. So this is a quote that he said, and I love it. There is a single mental move that you can make, which in a millisecond will solve enormous problems for you. It has the potential to improve almost any personal or business situation that you will ever encounter. And it could literally propel you down the path to incredible success. We have a name for this magic mental activity. It's called decision. So key number 2 is deciding for your dream. And it is essential that once you have established what you would love in the 4 major areas of your life, that you then make a decision for that. And sometimes it's hard to make that decision if you're not sure if it's the right dream for you. So we have a 5-point test to help you decide if that dream is right for you. So the first question in these 5-point questions is, does it give me life? Does this dream give me life? Number 2 is, does it align with my core values? Now, sometimes people say, well, what do you mean by core values? I don't know what my values are. That's a really great starting point. Start to look at your values. Start to look at how you make decisions. When you read something in the paper and you have a reaction, or when you read something online and you have a reaction to it, what does that say about your value set? TechPixies has the word sparkle as part of our value set. So supportive, positive, authentic relationships with women who are keen to learn and want to be empowered. That's our value set as a company. As an individual, this is something that I'm working on a regular basis, but some of my core values are family, faith, and financial independence. I have others like open-mindedness is a big one for me. Non-judgmental is another one. But those things are really important for me, and those are the things that I focus on. And what you focus on grows. We know this. So when we ask the question, does it align with my core values? I want you to think, does the decision I'm making, or does this dream that I'm moving forwards towards, does it align with those values? And for me, I will check it against, is it in alignment with my faith? Is it in alignment with my family? Is it in alignment with financial independence? Is it in alignment with open-mindedness and being non-judgmental? That's where I am going to focus my attention on when I'm looking at a dream. The next question is, does it cause me to grow? So we talked about number 1 being, does it give me life? Do I get lit up when I think about this idea? Is this something that I get excited about? Does it cause me to grow is slightly different, because we know sometimes growing hurts. That's why we call it growing pains. Am I going to have to stretch myself a little bit to do this thing? Maybe a lot to do this thing. And that's the point of asking you, does it cause me to grow? Because we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable if we're going to be dream chasers and dream catchers, right? It's not just about chasing the dream, but it's also about catching the dream, making it become a reality for you. The fourth question is, do I need help from a higher power? Does it require help from a higher power? Now, another way of asking this question, depending on where you are in your faith journey or not in your faith journey, is, do I know all of the pieces that I need to do in order to make this dream come true? Because if you do, then you don't need a higher power. You don't need this magical universal law that comes in to make things happen for you. You don't need anything else. You've got all you need. It's just a goal. So really question yourself, like, do I know everything I need to do to make this happen? If I do, if there's no element of chance, no element of luck, no element of a higher power, which I think is even more important than chance or luck, right? Sometimes people call it chance and luck, but really it's about connecting with the universe, being really clear with God, with the universe. This is what I would love. This is what I want. We talked about clarity. Clarity is key to this. You must have a clear vision. Without a clear vision, you cannot move forward. It's like going to a bank and saying, can I have some money, please? And not giving them a specific amount. Let's be specific. So does it require help from a higher power? Do I know all the steps that I need in order to complete this? If I do, it's not a big enough dream. Does it have good in it for others? This is the fifth question, and probably the most important, because you don't want to be spending your life putting time and effort into something if it doesn't serve the world and make it a better place, right? You will get so much more value out of it when it is something that is giving back to the world. And you are here for that purpose, right? We are spiritual beings in a human body. We are here to make the world a better place. That's what I do every single day. That's what TechPixies is all about. It's about helping women return to work, change careers, or start a business by leveraging social media. We're cutting down the fear around social media for women. We're taking it away so that they can become who they were always meant to be and they can serve this world. I work with women every day who make the world a better place. And yet their fear of social media is what stops them from really taking that to the next level and serving more and more and more women. So, 5-question recap. Does it give me life? Does it align with my core values? Does it cause me to grow? Do I require help from a higher power? Do I know all the steps that it's going to take me to get there? And if the answer is I don't know all the steps and I'm going to need assistance from a higher power or from the point of power within, that's a step in the right direction. And does it have good in it for others? Those are your 5 questions. And if you can answer yes, 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 yes to all of those, that is when you know you're on the right track. As my mentor, Mary Morrissey, says, you are more powerful and contain more potential than any situation, circumstance, or condition. You cannot get to your dream. You must come from your dream. Remember, the dream picks you. You have to decide if it's worthy of your time, your effort, your energy. That's the important thing. It has already picked you. You are worthy because you are breathing, because you are here. Your heart is pounding. You don't get to do that. You don't breathe yourself. You don't beat your heart, right? Those things are done for you. That is called life. And life has chosen you. And are you going to choose life back? And are you going to live your fullest life, your fullest and your best life? Now, here's what happens when you lean in to this dream. Here's what happens when you lean into the question of what I would love. You get the 3 Ds. The 3 Ds show up. And this is distraction, dissuasion, and DEFCON. So this is a sign. I want you to pay attention. If you're multitasking, come back. This is a sign that you're moving in the right direction. If you get distracted, if you try and talk yourself out of it, if you fight, flight, or freeze, that is a sign that you are going in the right direction. And many, many people think that that's a sign they shouldn't be moving forwards. But if you have a dream that's bigger than you and you've answered yes to all these questions and you go to take that first step to do something in the direction of that dream and suddenly the kitchen looks like it needs cleaning, Or suddenly you need to talk to someone who you know won't think it's a great idea and will talk you out of it. Or you just decide to do nothing because you're scared of what might actually happen if you put yourself out there. That's a sign you're going in the right direction. And the best way to combat the 3Ds, distraction, dissuasion, DEFCON, is to take action, is to take a step in the direction of your dream. So I want you today to do the 5-question test against the dream that you put down, all the things that you would love in those 4 areas of your life in the next 3 years. And then I want you to really start thinking about what's one action step I can take today, tomorrow, the next day. What's one thing I can do in the next 5 minutes? Who do I need to email? What do I need to say? Who do I need to call? What do I need to say? What do I need to do? It's not about the how. Know that the how is known. The how is known. You may not know the how, but the how is known. Moving in the right direction, starting to take action towards that dream is what's going to make things fall into place for you. But if you take no action, nothing will change. Nothing will be different. And that's what I want you to do today. So do those steps, the 5-point test. Okay. Check yourself against the dream. Does it give me life? Does it align with my core values? Does it cause me to grow? Does it require help from a higher power? Do I know all the steps that I need, right? Because if you don't know all the steps you need, it requires help from a higher power. Does it have good in others? Is there good in this for others? And if the answer to that is yes, 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 like I said, then let's start taking action. Let's move forwards and be aware of the 3Ds as a sign that you're moving in the right direction. All right. So we're going to be back in the next episode with something I know you're going to love. I'll just give you a little clue as to what the third key is, and that is called befriending your fear. And I think for those of you who are afraid to take that action step, that very first step, that is going to be a big blessing to you. So I hope you come and join us for the third session. And of course, if you want to join us for a live vision workshop, you can do that at techpixies.com/vision workshop. We go really deep into this over 3 full hours, and you can find out all the details about any upcoming workshops we have at the techpixies.com/vision workshop page.